What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the latest update on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Starting things off today in the latest drop we did get from the update, the Celine Alpine A110. This has been quite an interesting car so far. A lot of you guys have thoroughly enjoyed it, myself included. Tons of fun with the A110, and today we're going to have a little bit of an experiment. This is all leading from some of the comments you guys have gave in some of the previous videos. Today we're going to head on over to Conquering Adult Via in the cross-country category, 550 to 650 RP. This, of course, a 100% asphalt race. But the interesting thing came from this one was indeed from the comments. Adam JK27 talking about a race over an Ibiza map where you're using a cross-country car but you're up against Lamborghinis. Digital Diesel also commenting this as well, being in a cross-country car and up against constant Lamborghinis. And the only race I could see for this one was indeed Conquering Adult Via. If you guys have got a different take on this or a different race, please do let me know in the comment section of today's video. But the interesting thing with Conquering Adult Via, we're of course in the Alpine, we can see that this one is absolutely stacked with the Lamborghini Urus. This is the Urus, of course, a cross-country vehicle, so if I'm maybe missing something out here, please do let me know if this isn't the right race. But we're going to explore this one today in the Alpine, launching off the line, leaving most of those Urus in our dust off the start-finish line, just a second lead. But as we do come up to turn number one, a 90-degree left-hander, we take our time coming into this one, a little bit of understeer with the Alpine there, but we do come out of that one relatively unscathed. Get the power back down once again, and we'll push forward to the next little tricky part, and it is quite a tricky part of the Conquering Adult Via. This is a difficult braking zone as we come over a little crest of a hill down into the left-hander, into this double right-hander here. The road does dip away from us, so when we do touch the brakes, the car is relatively off of its weight and it's quite hard to get our braking zone. This turn here, had a little bit of trouble with that one personally as well. As we come onto the cobblestones, the car tends to slip about under braking, so taking our time with that one, but again coming through relatively unscathed with an almost 2-second lead on the rest of the AI. Down into the downhill left-hander just here, letting the back end of the Alpine flow round on us as we do head downhill into our next right-hand into left-hand chicane just here. Again, a little bit of a lump or bump in the middle of that one, but we come through it all right so far. Through the right-hander we get the power down and a nice power slide from the back end of the Alpine into the left-hander. Try to carry as much speed as we can. We do get a little bit wide there, we have to back off so we don't hit that wall on the right-hand side. Up into our next left-hander again. Come into that one a little bit cautiously, but to get the power down nice and early. The back end just sliding on us. We can get the power down there and push out of that left-hander. Into this right-hander I do come cautiously into this one. We can see the Alpine sliding across the road. I come into it cautiously so I don't go into that wall or the rock face on the left-hand side. Now up into the left-handers as we come uphill. The Alpine does have a little bit of understeer with this one. I haven't built a road race specific tune for this one. I am using my off-road tune, but with the standard road tyres and race suspension in this one. So yeah, it's not the best balanced Alpine, but we're managing the circuit all right there as we come through a left-hander, right-hander, trying to carry as much power as we can, and we fully commit through these next right-handers, just missing that overhead balloon. I don't actually know what that is, an archway. We just missed that on the right-hander there. Big power slide through the left-hander, punching this one forward, down through the tunnel. Nice early braking zone so we don't get unsettled through this little left-hander here that does tighten back on us, that we do miss the braking zone, the optimal braking zone, and we do unfortunately touch that outside barrier. But again, we get the power down here into an even trickier left-hand braking zone. Down the crest of a hill we get really unsettled with that one, have to use a bit of the handbrake there, and we do again touch the wall, losing a ton of time through those left-handers. We need to tidy those ones up in the upcoming race, but we push through. Left-hander onto another left-hander, the back end stepping out as we do cross the line, and we do cross the line with a first place. It's not a difficult race overall, but for sanity I'm going to come back into the Conquering Adult Via race once again, and I'm going to come into this one on the same level as the AI in the Lamborghini Urus. Now once again, I don't have a fantastic tune for this one as of recording, still the off-road tune, but with race suspension and semi-slick tyres fitted. Now we can see we're relatively comparable to the AI off the line, but we do manage to come into turn one in first place, but the AI are a lot closer, just half a second behind us into turn one. Braking nice and early for this one so we can get a good turn through the left-hander, power out of that one fantastically, and we can push forward, start to create a bit of a gap on the rest of the pack through the tunnel. We know what's coming up here. We've got that little crest into the left-hander, again braking nice and early, but we can see with the Urus it manages these corners a lot better than what the Alpine did. through the double right-hander there, again getting back on the power nice and early. We can then come up into this tricky braking section, uphill left-hander onto the cobblestones, throw it round into the right-hander, get the power down, managing it a lot better there in the Lamborghini Urus. Now into that next tricky section, that hairpin left-hander, a bit of handbrake once again, the Urus managing that one fantastically well as we come down through the tunnel, through the cobblestones, into the right-hand left-hand chicane once again, a little bit messy, tapping that wall, but largely unscathed into the right-hander, and again, we'll just punch this one through the air, up into the left-hander with a 4-second lead on the rest of the pack. So already we can see that the Urus is far better, far more confident at this race than the Alpine has been. Into the left-hander, we're 7.97 seconds ahead of the rest of the AI. So like I mentioned previously, we don't have much of a challenge with this race in terms of the AI. More of a challenge with myself and my own abilities, hitting that wall in the right-hander, getting very cautious through it, so losing a bit of time with that one. Uphill into the double left-handers once again. It is a big flowing left-hand, actually a double left-hander into the left-hand, right-hand right here. So again, trying to negotiate the power delivery of the Urus through that little section there, but we're clear of it now, and we come through into quite a fast section here, fully committing to that one, just lifting off at the last minute, dropping down a gear, in through the chicane once again, fully committing uphill through the right-handers again, just missing the archway just there on the right-hand side, up into the left-hander, try to carry as much speed as we can, just dropping a gear to manage the handling of the Urus, downhill into the left-hander, carrying a bit more speed this time, but we know this one tightens up and we do manage it much better this time out in the Lamborghini Urus. Now again, we can get the power down and push forward to that tricky left-hander, downhill, the weight is off the vehicle, and we do unfortunately unsettle ourselves, hit the wall, losing a bit of time, but we're 17 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack now, a much bigger lead than what we did have with the Alpine. Back uphill, the back end of the Urus getting a little bit unsettled, but we do cross the line and we do actually set quite a competitive time there in the Lamborghini Urus. As we can see, we're up at 7th place with a 2:39. The usual, we got some of the usual suspects are on the map here. The likes of the Porsche Cayenne, the Mercedes G-Class, 2:33s, 2:34 seem to be the time we need to get to. So I need to maybe lose about, 4 or 5 seconds on the time I have set there. Perhaps building a race-specific tune for the Urus might just be the way forward with that one. It's probably, in my opinion, the best C-Class car. I know there's a lot of heated debate about that one. A lot of people favour the Porsche, a lot favour the Centero buggy. I know the buggy is not as usable on the Ibiza map as it is on the Hong Kong map. I personally do not have any affiliation to that buggy. I don't like using it. It's just not one for me. The Lamborghini Urus off-road and now on-road races in the C-Class has been my go-to and is probably going to remain my go-to. I do need to perhaps move a bit of bias. I do need to try the likes of the Porsche and the godforsaken G-Class. You guys probably know by now from watching my videos, I hate the Mercedes G-Class with a passion. It's a footballer's wife's car. It's a Chelsea tractor as it's known here in the UK. It's just not a vehicle for me. But with that being said, guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Please weigh in on today's video in the comment section down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. We're over here on the beach now, beaching the A110. At the time of recording, guys, I'm still in the UK, but when this video goes live, I am actually myself on holiday, pre-recorded a whole bunch of videos for you guys to enjoy whilst I am away. So I'm going to head back to the beach, guys. I hope you're all enjoying the UK weather. I will catch you all in the next update for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.